In this video, let's take a quick look at clipping survey space and some related features that are new to TPC Desktop 2025. I've got a drawing here that I've clipped, so if I just right-click anywhere, I can say unclip the survey space, or I'm going to show you the survey clip object. It's a rectangle. I hid it earlier, so I can put the cursor over here and say hide that, show that. The hide and show are new here in the TPC 2025. Or I can just simply say come in and unclip it, and now you can see the reason I clipped it in the first place is that this photo was too big. I could have cropped the photo, but I might have had some other stuff out here that I wanted to clip as well. So I just put the cursor over the rectangle that's there, right-clicked, and said clip that survey space. Now, this is a new feature in TPC 2025. Now you get a dialog that says, in addition to whether or not you want to hide that object, I'm going to turn that off for now, it says which layers you want to clip. Prior to this, you had to go in and manually select those layers, which you can still do. So I can still go in and select those layers in the dialog, which is the third option here. But it gives me several options. The one I want is all layers with survey space objects on them. So now I get it clipped perfectly. Now, I left the clip object displayed. I'm going to come over to the Drawing Data Manager, and in the Drawing section, there's a new Survey Clip node here, and I can right-click this and unclip the survey, or I can hide or show that clip object. That's kind of a nice thing to be able to do. And then it shows me the object that's actually clipping it. It's a rectangle, and I have those same options with the rectangle here. I can unclip that, or if I don't refresh the screen so the object is still there, I can come back and clip the survey space. And again, I get that dialog that says what layers you want to clip. So there's some new interaction with how things are clipped, but the big change is that we now allow paper space. So to demonstrate this, I've opened up this point plot drawing, and I've got it in survey space right now. Paper space mode isn't turned on. So let's go ahead and draw a rectangle to clip this to, just like we've done in past versions of Traverse PC. Now I can right-click that rectangle and clip the survey space, and I'll get the same dialog, and I'll choose that same option to clip all the layers. So, because this rectangle is a survey space object, in fact, if I delineate all survey space objects, the rectangle gets delineated with it, I can rescale the drawing from 15 feet to the inch to 10 feet, and that rectangle also gets rescaled, okay? Because it's a survey space object. I can also pick that rectangle up, and I can move it around on here. And you see, because it's survey space coordinates, it's actually changing the area of the survey that's being clipped. Now, sometimes that's exactly what you want to do, and you've been able to do that for a long time. But let's go ahead and tell Traverse PC, we'll use the same rectangle. I could draw a new one, but let's just change this rectangle from survey space to paper space. So now it's a paper space rectangle, okay, like the other paper space objects in the drawing. Watch what happens now when I pick this up and move it. I'm going to put the cursor over that rectangle. I'm going to just drag it down here, just above the north arrow, and release it. Do you see how the survey moves with it? Okay, the paper space area just defines where I want the survey to be drawn, but it didn't change the part of the survey that gets drawn. There are some other differences too. I can change the scale of the drawing. The drawing scale will change, but the rectangle will stay the same. And sometimes that's exactly what you want. But the reason we put this in here is that paper space clip objects do a better job of supporting viewports inside of the layouts that we now write. So let's go ahead and do Tools, export this drawing as. We're going to write it as an AutoCAD TWG file. I exported it just a minute ago, but I'll export it again here. And then I'm going to tell Traverse PC I want to preview this in the CAD view. And Traverse PC is going to show me that drawing over here in the CAD view. And now I can see that I've got a viewport over here that exactly matches the clip rectangle that I had over here. And of course, I can take this out of paper space mode, and now I can zoom in and out on that. I could reposition it just like I'm used to doing inside of any CAD program. So I have the option, depending on how you're using what you want to clip and how you want to clip it, of using a survey space object to clip my survey, or a paper space object to clip my survey. And if I use the paper space object, it'll correlate better with the viewports for the layouts that we read and write now in CAD files. All of this in TPC Desktop 2025.